I started learning how to make games about a year ago, and I challenged myself to make one game each month for the whole year, and this is my 12th game of the year, and all I can say is that this is my best game so far. So it's Christmas season, and you know what that means. We have to make a Christmas themed game. So it's brainstorming time, and after days of having no idea what to make, I tried asking the comment section, and I guess they were also blank because no one replied. But one day one of my friends was like, make an endless runner game, and I was like, you're right, I haven't made an endless runner game before. So I began making the game. In the country I live in, we only have electricity for about 3 hours a day, so I started drawing Santa's iconic sleigh and his reindeers. Making the art for the player was straightforward enough, except for the reindeers. I have been practicing pixel art for about a year now, but I've never drawn an animal before, so hopefully this looks like a reindeer. I spent about 30 minutes trying to make this guy look good. Now that we're done with Santa and his reindeer, I made some background art which looks pretty good if you ask me. I then added it to the game and added something called Parallax to it. If you don't know what Parallax is, it simply means that your game's background has different layers moving at different speeds. The layers closer to you move faster, while the ones further away from you move slower, so that the world looks like it has more depth, because without this it will look like you're running on a picture or something. So now that you have Parallax in the game, there's still one problem. Almost all endless runners work like this. It might ruin the fun for you, but in endless runner games you aren't actually running, because the player remains in one place but the background keeps on moving backwards and keeps on repeating, so that it makes an illusion of you actually moving. In short, you remain in place while everything is just coming towards you. But why games like this? It's because if a player is always moving forward, the computer has to store its position, and if you continue going far, the computer will hit its theoretical limit, causing it to move slower and eventually crash. So I turned the Parallax background into an infinite scroller background so that the game moves smoothly, and I actually coded this one by myself. I'm glad, because usually I follow tutorials, but there's no tutorial for this, so I had to make it from scratch. And now it's time to make our player Santa. So making Santa was the most challenging player controller code I've ever written. I mean, just look at this. What the heck is happening to Santa right now? The type of movement I was aiming for was like snake-like movement, but the snake tail doesn't follow the body exactly, but straightens out after the head moves up. So I went to my trusted friend YouTube to look for a tutorial. Hey YouTube, you got a tutorial? But when I saw that there were no tutorials for this, I knew I was cooked, bruh. Because there's always supposed to be a YouTube tutorial, but this time there wasn't. Wait, oh, look, I found one. And okay, so he uploaded the code to itch.io. Haha, you know what that means? Hippity hoppity, your code is now my property. What? Pay $3? Well, guys, call me cheap all you want, but when I say I don't got money, I don't have it. So, what should we do from here? You know what, screw it. I'm making Flappy Santa Endless Runner. Now I'm just playing. A God-sent YouTube video came straight my way by RACELF Tech. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She made a procedurally animated snake that looks like this. She linked the website that explained procedural animation, but no matter how many times I read it and played with these fancy projects, I couldn't get it working. So I went back to the video, and from her she explained on how she made it in a simplified way. And from that I reverse engineered it into my own form and made this glorious piece of work. Santa went from moving like this to this. Now time for some gameplay. I made the camera move up when it's too high and move down according to the mouse. To make the game feel challenging, it was time to add some enemies. While Santa is flying in the sky, he faces many challenges like bad traffic and flying electric strips which only kill him. So I added the bed enemy, which is a completely original idea. Then I added the electric strip to the game, and it was feeling like a game already, but it got boring fast and Santa wasn't doing anything Christmassy at all. So I had to make the game more challenging. To add a difficulty curve to the game gets progressively faster as you play it. But at times the game would break and cause the game to become unplayable, and after hours and hours of bug fixes, and by hours I mean days because we only have electricity for 3 hours, the game works fine now. As you can see now, the deers don't have a run animation, so let's head into Sprite and make an animation real quick. Remember, I haven't drawn pixel art animals before, so animating this was even worse. I tried looking at a run cycle for animals, but that didn't help much, and the first animation was 4 frames, but it looked terrible, so I just made it 2 frames. Now, even with this added, the game wasn't still fun. Well, it was fun for some people, but it really got odd fast. I was craving something to drive a chill up my spine as I played this game, and like a missing piece to the puzzle, this enemy filled the gap perfectly. He only appears when you have played the game for long enough. They call him the Jumping Jimmy. When you see this guy, just know you're cooked for those who play this game after this. So now we got enemies, difficulty, damn, feels like Christmas already. But hey, Santa isn't doing anything Christmassy at all. He's just flying around out dodging birds and stuff, and there's no go to the game. To give Santa a go, I added a score counter so that you can get high scores and stuff. Then I added something cool to the game. In the game, gifts spawn which you can collect and drop off at houses to bump up your score. When making the gifts, I added separate layers and imported them separately when drop a gift and gave them a random color so that there's some variation to the gifts. And did the same thing to the houses so that when you drop a gift onto a house, it changes color too. And another detail I added to the game is when Santa collects gifts, they appear on his sleigh. So you have to be moving up and down collecting gifts and dropping them off to get score points. After my brother play tested the game, I noticed that the game was too difficult after Jumping Jimmy spawns, whereby the game became unfair at a point. So I started working on a shield power up so that in case Jimmy gets you, your shield will protect you, but after that you're at the mercy of the Jumping Jimmys again. Time for the boring part of game development, like adding menu and UI, because for some reason people don't like games that don't have menus and UI, so yeah. So I made the menu and UI and display your gift count and score system UI for the upgrades and a coming soon button for skins, because if this video gets 20 likes I will add skins to the game. So just comment a skin idea, maybe like a dragon or a flying snake. Just comment an idea, I'm happy to hear them. With everything added, I feel like the game is complete, and yeah, I uploaded it to itch.io for you guys to play it. Right now you can only play the game on PC because of mouse controls, and I couldn't figure out how to get it working with, well, touch controls. So yeah, you just have to wait for that. This is one of my favorite games to make because I knew how to add all the ideas to the game because of how much experience I've gained throughout learning game dev this year. Leave a like if you liked the video and dislike if you didn't. Smash that subscribe button or Jumping Jimmy is coming for you tonight. And remember now, stay safe, friend, and don't you dare go hollow. Goodbye.